Now today we are here at Ultraviolette's facility where we will not be riding the X-47 but we will be building it. So let's get started. So this right here is the station number 1 where the wheel balancing and fitting onto the USD forks happen. This right here is the wheel and it will now be balanced. Now the balancing is done so that there is no uneven wear of the tire. There is no wobbling or jittering and unwanted vibrations. And then it goes on to the forks. Front fork. So this is the station number 2 where the rear brake is assembled or the X-47 crossover. Rear brake and the front brake is also important. Front brake is assembled at some other station. We are only assembling the rear brake today. Now we are going to the motor assembly station where we will basically be assembling the motor to the chassis of the bike. So this is the station number 3 where the motor is mounted to the battery pack. They call it marrying the battery pack to the electric motor. It secures the electric motor to the chassis and it is designed to integrate the chassis, swing arm, shock absorber and the seat frame. This is very critical for the performance, NVH and durability. Also, the motor mount is a stress member on the X-47's chassis. We also have to torque it down with manually. That's it, right? You also see this is also marked once it's torqued down the spec. This is the station number 4 where the upper triple clamp on the suspension is installed. What do I need to do? Yeah. Now the installation ensures that the front alignment is precise, which gives stability to the steering of the motorcycle, and it is also critical for handling accuracy and control for the rider. Now we are at the station number 5 where the radar is assembled onto the rear section of the bike. Now it is important to note that the X-47 comes with radar as standard and the radar module itself is sourced from Continental. This is the station number 6 where the onboard charger is fitted right over here. It sits under the seat. You can see the fan over here. Basically this helps in cooling down the charger itself. It's a 1.6 kilowatt AC charger that converts to DC energy to charge the battery pack. As you know, the battery pack sits right over there in the front. All the nut bolts are marked. That means they have been torqued to a perfect spec. So now we are at the station number 7 where the MCU will be connected. MCU stands for motor control unit. This right here is the motor control unit which sits on top of the battery pack. Okay. So now we torque it down to 12 Nm. So it's a torque wrench, so it will automatically stop. That's it. Once again, that's it. Thank you so much. And just like other bolts, these are also marked. I just put across line.
Yeah, you can.
And just like that, we mark that these bolts are also torqued to a certain spec. And finally we cover it. Now what MCU does is it governs the torque delivery and the power modulation of the electric motor. Ultraviolette says it is calibrated for performance, efficiency and riding dynamics. It was fully developed and designed in-house. It is capable of delivering 1000 amps of peak current, and the torque control has a response time of under 10 milliseconds. Now it also enables riding modes and dynamic control of the motor. Then we move to the station number 8 where the VCU is assembled. It basically integrates all the vehicle intelligence systems, so it coordinates with the BMS, MCU, OBC, display cluster, network and the rider inputs as well. Now this is the station number 9 where we will be fitting the charger assembly connection. Okay. So this is the station number 10 where we basically fit our TFT cluster onto the motorcycle. It goes through the harness and it connects to the VCU, which will sit somewhere over here like this. Now we check whether the cluster is working or not. Now this right here is the station number 11 where basically all the exterior fairings of the motorcycles are fixed. Now one interesting thing to note here is there is no screw on the outside, so the whole motorcycle looks really seamless. All the bolts have been hidden towards that side or under the fairing. Now after fitting these side panels, the rear tank cover is fitted right over here, which goes over the subframe and the main frame. First the seat lock is fixed, just like that. And then you flip it around. While fitting the side panels, you have to ensure that the fit and finish is precise and it is aligned properly so that the bike looks good and there are no weird panel gaps. As you can see, there are foam pieces being fitted so that they can dampen out the vibrations. Okay, finally we are at the station number 12 where the inspection of the motorcycle happens. So as you can see, there are these 10 functions that are checked. So first up is the VIN number. They match the VIN number which is appearing in the screen to the one that is on the chassis. Then there is battery aesthetics. They basically check whether there are any scratches or any decal malfunction on the battery. Then there is painted parts. Once again, how is the paint quality? Are there any defects or not? Then there is switches. So you basically check whether all the switches are working and they look fine or not. Next up is the lamp aesthetics, which basically means whether all the lighting elements, that includes the LED tail lamp, the turn indicators and the headlamp, is working fine or not. Then we come to the side stand, basically whether the side stand warning is pulled or not. As you can see right over there, there is that side stand warning. Then there is key lock, there is seat lock, you've got tank cover warning sticker, that's this. And finally, there is the handlebar where they check whether the handlebar has over scratches or whether it's bent or not. So that's the station number 12 where the final inspection happens for the X-47. And finally, the motorcycle is rolled off from this assembly line onto the floor. Now this is the station number 13 where the X-47 is tested on a dyno. It is basically to validate the throttle response, braking, electronics and the riding modes. It ensures that every bike that is produced in the factory meets the benchmarks that the company has designed. So this right over here is the station number 14 where the radar calibration happens for the X-47. The bike comes here and then this goes over there so that the calibration can start.
We program it, we don't touch the bike.
Okay.
It basically shares all of the security keys that it needs for the encryption.
Okay.
It sends the vehicle data to the radar to understand what vehicle make it is, what is the length, width, what is the position from the ground, etc.
Okay.
Then radar starts shooting the basically 77 gigahertz waves to the metal plate and it reflects back. We do it multiple times and then we understand this is basically 1 meter reference for the radar for the real world. So for the radar to actually calibrate itself, there should not be any stray waves. Like you see all of the metal railings and everything.
They can bounce off the
They
waves.
can bounce off and then the radar can get confused.
Yeah.
So to only have one reference, which is the metal plate, we have something called an anechoic chamber built up. So this, the foam that you see basically absorbs all of the waves, the microwaves, the 77 gigahertz waves, and then only the metal plate, which is straight from the radar, gets reflected back. So that there is no error in calibration.
Got it. Finally, this is the station number 15 where the final inspection is done before the motorcycles are dispatched to the dealers. This right here is the final inspection checklist. As you can see, there are 10 things they mainly check. There's key lock and seat functionality, in which all these points are covered. Then there is the kill switch, which checks the kill switch functioning, indicators front and rear, speaker, headlamp, tail lamp, horn, and finally side stand to check whether the side stand sensor is working or not. Now that's all in the video today, folks. What do you think about the Ultraviolette X-47? Do let us in the comment section down below and we'll see you in the next one.